So with my wood cutout, I'm going to make a wall art piece that you can sit out in your decor. I'm also going to be using some spackling. Now they sell this at Dollar Tree, or you can pick it up at any home improvement store. You want to put a generous layer of spackling onto your wood piece. Now, after you get all your spackling on there, you're going to come back in, and I'm going to be using a Dollar Tree craft tool. I'm going to be using the back side of my craft tool to create a uniform shape going across my tree. Now, if you get excess spackling on, just wipe it off in the tub so that you really create a uniform shape. Now there's gonna be a lot of spackling, so let this dry completely overnight before you try to do anything with it. The next day I came back and everything was dry. I spray painted with one coat of a white matte spray paint. Now, while my spray paint was still wet, I used some faux snow from Dollar Tree and I sprinkled it onto my piece, and concentrating the snow at the top, and then I kind of just did it lightly as it went down. Now you can lean this against a vase or lean it against a wall if you want to, or hang it on your wall, but it's a great addition to your decor. Repurpose these 3 domes that I used for a project in the spring, and I'm going to take the bases that I had already spray painted. Now these you can buy at Dollar Tree right now, and I'm going to spray paint the bases with a gold color. I'm going to use those same wood pieces that I used earlier and some pine cones that I grabbed from my backyard, and I'm going to hot glue the pine cones to the wood bases. Now you just want to make sure that your wood bases are going to fit inside of your domes. Next, I picked up some pearls from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use the largest ones and hot glue those like sporadically around my pine cones. I'm also going to hot glue some of the smaller pearls around the top of my pine cone. I'll add on the top part of the dome, and I think these look great sitting out in a grouping of 3. Show you how to make a snowflake wall art that actually is more of like a winter wall art you could keep up past Christmas. So you're going to need 2 hoops. You could use hoops of any size. You're also going to need some snowflakes. I bought this pack from Dollar Tree, and some macrame. So I'm going to start by hot gluing my macrame to the back of my hoops. Then I'm going to wrap it tightly around my hoops. I want to cover about half of my hoops, so I'm going to keep wrapping and hot gluing periodically on the back. Now, one of my tips is you want to make sure that you push the macrame really tight together. It's just going to give it much more of a high-end look. Once half of my hoop is covered with macrame, I'll hot glue it and cut off the excess. I'm going to hot glue one of my snowflakes to the back side of my hoop, making sure that I hot glue where the hole on the snowflake is for the ornament. I'm going to cut off some yarn that I already had on hand. I love this green one. I'm going to thread it through my hoop to use for hanging. I'm going to repeat all these steps and create a second hoop to hang up. You could add these hanging bells to a wreath, or you could put them with your garland. I feel like this might make a good DIY.
So I'm going to start by detaching my 2 bells. I'm going to keep this nautical rope because I plan to use it at the end. Next, I'm going to take off the hanging pieces because I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do with them, so I went ahead and took those off. Next, I'm going to use my rub and buff. I wanted these to have a gold appearance, but I also wanted to mix 2 colors to really have like a variation in the tone. And I'm going to use a foam brush and add the rub and buff on. I'm also going to put the rub and buff on the center because these are going to go on my mantle, and I want to make sure that you can't see the white on the inside. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside. I added rub and buff to the center pieces as well. Next, I grabbed some twine that I had, and I'm going to start by just twisting it at the bottom, putting a little bit of hot glue at the bottom, and then wrapping it all the way up and then hot gluing at the top. And then I'm going to use my wire cutters to attach these back onto my bells. I'll use the existing nautical rope to tie them back together. And then I just hung them on the center of my mantle. I'll show you guys how it looks.
I got a quick DIY for this wreath. I'm gonna pick up 3 of these trees.
This next DIY is so quick and easy. I'm going to take my wire cutters and cut off the base of my trees. Now, I thought maybe I could stick the base into the side of the tree, but that wasn't working very well. So I ended up cutting off most of the stem and then just used hot glue to place the trees where I wanted them. With my 2 trees on the side, I actually cut off the bottom portion so that my tree in the middle was larger than my trees on the side. Used quite a bit of hot glue and just placed them down. I added in additional hot glue to the back until I felt like they were really secure.
One of the best and oldest ways to decorate your home for the holidays is to find some sticks outside and spray paint them. I'm going to use that metallic spray paint that I was using earlier in the gold color to spray my sticks on one side. Once it dries, I'll flip them over and do it on the opposite side. And you can add these to any vase around your home. It's going to be so much less expensive than going out and spending a lot of money on florals. Plus it adds height, and I just think it looks really high end.
Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me.
Hey guys, I'm Liz and you're watching my second DIY channel where I post daily DIY videos. You may be familiar with my main channel, Liz Fenwick DIY, but I'm glad that you found me over here on my second channel. Make sure that you're subscribed so you just get notified every day when I post our daily DIY video.